What is going on, guys? Slick B here, back at it again with another post commentary. Actually, I think this is the first one on this channel. Well, either though, it's going to be something that I'm going to do a little bit more regularly, just because it's fun, and I see other people who do it, so why not? Let's try it out. The game that you're watching in the background is me playing the Chieftain Mark III on Normandy and White Rock Castle? White Rock Fortress? I think the map is called White Rock Fortress. And I had some good games today. I only played 2 games in the Chieftain. But what I want to talk about is why I like this tank so much. I actually figured out, yesterday I was streaming, or last night I was streaming, and all I really wanted to play was like the top tier tanks, obviously. And I liked playing the Chieftain the most. And I think it's because I found my favorite combo, which is the Chieftain and the Hunter. I absolutely love that combo. I don't know what it is about it. I think it's because a lot of people who play the top tier tanks don't have the top tier jets, and then I think there are a lot of people who have top tier jets that don't play top tier tanks. So when you have both, I'm fortunate enough to have the Chieftain and the Hunter, it's just a deadly combination. You know, people think that the Hunter isn't a good ground striker. I mean, it's not necessarily a good ground striker, but it does have 430mm cannons. You know, you can penetrate a lot of tanks. So that being said, excuse me for my phone. That being said, it's just a really good plane to bring out. It's, you know, one of the fastest jets in the game, if not the fastest. It has the best guns in the game in an airplane. I don't care what you say. Those things are amazing. The 30mm Aidens, you can knock planes out super fast. You can knock out AA tanks and AA guns and SPAAG super fast. And then the Chieftain itself. Now, while it's pretty lackluster as a tank in whole, you know, it's not the Leopard. It doesn't have the Leopard's maneuverability. It doesn't have heat. It doesn't have the one-shot potential that like a T10 has. You know, it doesn't have armor like a T10. I would say it has less armor than a T10. It has huge weaknesses, like the lower plate is the size of, you know, it's huge. This huge lower plate. And when you get penned there, you're pretty much dead. But I don't know what it is about the tank that makes me like it so much. I do, though. It has good gun depression. The turret rotation's fast. It's not super fast, but it's not super slow, if that makes any sense. And the gun will go through just about anything on the face of the earth, which is nice, aside from a Jagdtiger's mantlet. But it will go through anything. So you have the capability of penning everything. You have this really, really good turret. The turret on the Chieftain is the best part of the tank, hands down. It rotates fast. It's snappy. The gun depression is insanely good. And even the reload rate is pretty reasonable on this 120mm. Hesh rounds are actually a lot better than you would think. They work in most situations. What did I do the other day? I hit the top of a Tiger 2 from flat on. And since it was such a high angle, it ended up killing 2 guys in the turret. So, you know, Hesh isn't out of the question. This is one of the only tanks that, while you don't see it here, I will carry 2 sets of ammunition and switch between them during the match. Now, the only issue with that is Hesh rounds drop off super early. They have a very big learning curve. As you can see here, this gun has no gun, like the bullet doesn't drop or the shell doesn't drop. Not a lot at all. Even shooting a Jagdtiger later on in the game from very far out, I just didn't even, I aimed over him because I was used to playing the M103. And that's another issue that I have when I play these games and these tanks, and like you guys might notice it. You're like, oh, well, it's like you're missing all these shots, blah, blah, blah. When I play a tank, it's usually cold turkey when I get on. When I get on cold turkey, all I have in my memory is what I played last, pretty much. So if I play the Leopard and then I switch over to like a tank that doesn't have that amazing speed with the shell velocity, I can't hit shit for a while, and most of it's luck. So like playing the M103 is a chore for me recently because I can't hit things with that round. It's super hard for me. And it's not saying that the gun isn't accurate or it doesn't have that big of a drop off. It's just hard to switch over. But other than that, I mean, yeah, the Chieftain is just one of my favorites. And then you combine it with the Hunter, and it's just a power couple. Power couple. It is, and I would say it's arguably one of the best combinations in the game. If you have the Chieftain, what do you guys like playing with? I think it's so good, and at the same time, I think Britain doesn't have enough fighter bombers for me to excuse myself from using the Hunter. You know what I mean? It doesn't have anything that's really, really good at being a fighter bomber, in my opinion. And I guess you could say the Canberras, but I don't have them, so I don't get to use them. Now, as far as like combinations that rival the Chieftain and the Hunter, in my opinion, I would say that the Leopard 1 and the Horton, or the Leopard 1 and the Arado C, are insanely good at what they do. Because the Leopard, I'm not trying to sound conceited, but I think when I play the Leopard, I usually get 6 kills a game. I have an insane ratio with that thing, just because it's so good. So then you couple in an Arado, so when I do die, I get to drop 2 bombs that are huge on separate locations, and fight planes, and the same thing with the Horton. I get to fight planes, have really good turning aircraft, and still use 8 traps, especially since it's been dropped down again. I think it's a 7.7, right? 7.7 or 7.0 again. That thing is super good for ground strike. I wish it had the 1,000 kilogram bomb that it was supposed to have. I don't know if Germany ever put that on it. I mean, I know it was part of the 1,000 program, but I don't know if they ever put it on it. Yeah, so overall, that's the first thing I really wanted to get out of the way. And the second thing I want to talk about is it's going to be a sensitive topic. I don't want you guys to be upset about it. Don't be hurt. I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but I want to talk about War Thunder as a whole and my opinion on it. Because I think we talk a lot about, this community, and everybody complains about one thing or another, and they don't know what's going on, and, it's either somebody's fault, there's some bias or anything like that. At the end of the day, when we complain about the game, right, it's a necessary evil, right? When we complain, it makes people sour and not fun to listen to and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's a necessary evil. You need to have community feedback to make the game better. But at the same time, when we look at the community as a whole, there are a lot of people who only care about themselves when they think about making this game better. Well, I like playing Germany, so all the other nations need to suffer because Germany needs to be OP for me. And that's just an example, and I know not everybody's like that, but a lot of people are, which is very crazy. Even YouTubers who complain about just one nation, certain nations, and it baffles me because I play all the time and I see every nation win. I don't see any nation getting picked on. I could play as Germany and get wrecked by Americans, and then I can play as the Americans and get wrecked by Germany. It happens. Everything happens. And yeah, sure, there are minute BR changes and stuff like that, but as a whole, I mean, the game's pretty fucking fair. Let's look at it. Seriously, a lot of people are going to get butthurt about this. I know, because there needs to be a scapegoat, right? But in my opinion, there's not one. You can't just pick out a nation and be like, well, Britain is OP. There are minor problems, right? Like, Britain ammo types at the high tiers are pretty shitty compared to other nations, but that doesn't mean the Chieftain can't kill things. I just killed 2 people the last game. I played 2 games today. I kill something in this game too, and then I die. But, that's what happens, right? And sure, I didn't get a one-shot because the ammo types are a little different. And maybe a T10 will always get a one-shot. But at the same time, you can kill a T10, It's not like you can't kill anything at your tier. It's not like you're bouncing. It's not like you're a scout tank in a tier 10 game and you're a tier 5 scout tank in World of Tanks. You know what I mean? It's not like that. So as a whole, the game's pretty fair. I mean, we want to complain, and of course I want the game to be better. I want new things in. I want the BR system to be changed. I wish it went back to normal. I wish it was there wasn't so much compression in the BRs and stuff. But at the same time, when we complain about things that affect us, they're very opinionated. We don't look at the subject as a whole. And there are other people to blame aside from the community. There are YouTubers who do this. And I'm not saying I'm not one of them. I've done it before in the past, but I've become very thoughtful on how I address certain situations about War Thunder, because at the end of the day, you know, like, I play this game once a day. This is my job, is playing this game technically, or one of my jobs if you count my other channel, because I don't play War Thunder on my other channel. But my job is to play War Thunder, and trust me, it frustrates me, guys, when I get, you know, unfair shit happen to me, because it's my job, you know. If I play one day and I have like an easygoing game and I'm just like, oh, this tank is so good, blah blah blah, and then I have other days where it takes me 3 hours to get 10 minutes of footage. So, you know, it's just, when we complain about things, I just want everybody as the whole, I'm asking you guys nicely, we can make a difference, we can make the game better, but we can't do it by spewing hate at people. You know, we can't do it by spewing hate at people, and we can't do it by being opinionated bastards, man. Like, I think that Germany needs to be the best. If the game was run by me, Germany would be OP as fuck right now, 100%. So it's good that the game isn't run by me, because I love Germany. They're my favorite nation. I looked yesterday. It was actually surprising. I looked yesterday, and I have everything for Germany aside from a couple Panzer IVs. And that was just like, wow, oh my god. And that isn't really with gold. You know, that was before Gaijin really started helping me to get vehicles and stuff. I did most of that, you know, on my own. It just through playing. It's crazy. So, I mean, yeah, I would have a bias towards Germany, 100%. And, you know, that's what we need to look at. So maybe, yeah, your favorite tank isn't the best tank in the game, but at the same time, do you get kills in it? And I'm not trying to be totally blind to the fact that there are issues with the game, because there are. But the game is winding up now. I hope you guys enjoyed this little post commentary. Give you guys some food for thought. Leave a comment down below. Tell me how your day was and talk to me about something. And I have some secret for you guys. That'll be in a video very shortly. Maybe later on today or maybe tomorrow. But ATGMs are coming to War Thunder, which is pretty fucking crazy. So we'll talk about that soon. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.